I'm John.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're the
The
Fandomedians. And that's Cameron. He's watching Sherlock.
Hello.
Are you watching Sherlock?
Yes, I'm watching Sherlock.
Well, actually, we will be talking about Sherlock Season 4.
Speculations.
Speculations. This is purely our thing, our idea, coming from our brain, my head. Remember last time?
I think it's from our head.
We think it's from our head. It could very, very possibly be from the wall right in front of us. Just kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
You know what? Okay. So, Sherlock Season 4 is supposed to come out in 2016. But what was the Christmas special?
The Christmas special
Is supposed to come out.
This I did read. I researched myself because he didn't do anything.
Because I had no idea what we were doing.
He had no idea what we were doing. I just did it ahead of time. I didn't know if we were going to. But reading online, I read a couple articles, and Stephen Moffat said that he has a plan to bring out the Christmas special in December of 2015.
So,
However, he has no idea if it will actually come out then. It may come out in 2016, a couple months after.
So has there ever been a Christmas special before this one?
Not for Sherlock. There
Not
has
for
not
Sherlock.
been. No.
Okay. But, wibbly wobbly timey wimey with all this stuff. I wonder what do you think it's going to be
That's
about?
Doctor Who.
I know it's Doctor Who. You still sound like a paperboy.
You know what? I hear myself very differently, okay?
I can tell.
Just don't listen to yourself, Kyle. You'll get confused.
I am. Is that better as a deep voice?
No, you're
Just
forced
stop
out.
Tell us in the comments.
What he said.
No.
We're not going to ask you guys to put a million things in the comments because that was just absurd.
Absurd. Oh, before we go any further, we have a new time for Fandomedians. Once a week, but on Mondays. Not that we really had a set time to begin with, we just uploaded Thursday and said we were doing it once a week.
We decided to record on weekends and upload on
Monday. Monday. Fandomedians coming to a computer near you.
Yes. And you know why we decided to do Mondays? We decided to do Mondays to lighten up the week.
Yeah.
Especially the school year.
Let's
when you
go
have
with
tests
that.
coming up, I mean, who wants to be studying? You should study. Do good in school.
Study.
We study.
Dude, you're
Don't
bad
study.
influence on them.
I'm a bad
Just
influence, you
terrible
guys.
things
Just
to
study. guys.
Disregard what he just said
Disregard
about not studying. So you should study.
I didn't say don't study. I said we do study.
You said who wants to study? You should be watching Fandomedians.
No, I said, that's true. I'm sorry.
Seriously, man. Alright, but you
But
should.
anyways.
After you study, or before you study, or after, watch Fandomedians. Just so make sure you retain the information though, because we don't want you to fail life because of us.
Make us a part of your weekly routine.
But also succeed in life. So
If you want to. I mean, we're not going to force you guys.
yeah. All right. So Sherlock
Season 4.
What do you think is gonna happen? I mean, here let's just give them a little bit of background. Spoiler alert. Just saying. Moriarty. He's at the end of season 3. Sherlock Lee is leaving on an airplane, right? Or is that someone else? I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yes. Sherlock is leaving on the airplane, and then he gets a phone call in midair saying that Moriarty is back with a, did you miss me? Did you miss me?
Yeah, did you miss me?
Did you miss me?
And on every TV
Did
screen,
you miss me? Did you miss me?
so every TV screen or billboard, electrical billboard or whatever, it has the same thing of Moriarty going, "Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Did you miss me?" I don't know what I'm doing with my head there, but so yeah, that was cliffhanger, and we've been waiting for how long to find out?
About 2 years, I think.
About 2 years.
About 2 years.
Yeah. I've been
But before we get into
Counting the
anything
days.
with the season 4 of Sherlock, I'm going to say that Stephen Moffat said that, or actually at the latest Comic-Con, they showed a very first clip of what it will be looking like for the first episode.
Did they really?
They did, for the Christmas special. They showed a very first glimpse. It's about probably a minute and a half. But the Christmas special is going to be set around Victorian England. It's kind of like a throwback. I think it'll be interesting.
What do you mean?
But because of that,
kind of like an old-fashioned Sherlock.
yes.
So
It's an
not
old-fashioned Sherlock.
Not
It's
Sherlock
It's
like Mr. Holmes, Dr. Holmes.
It's a
no,
twist.
Dr. Watson.
It's a twist to this new series of a modern Sherlock. They
Okay.
bring it back to the Victorian England.
So it's Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson instead of Sherlock and John.
Yes, probably.
That'd be really cool. Do you think it's
But-
going to be the same actor? Is it going to be the same actors?
It is the same actors. They showed a clip. They have Mrs. Hudson. They have Sherlock. They have what's his face Watson.
What's his face, Watson?
What's his face Watson? Should put that on a T-shirt.
We should.
What's his face Watson?
One day we're going to sell T-shirts on this channel.
We will.
And that will be one of them.
And
What's
you
his face
will
Watson?
buy them
If you want.
if you want.
Yeah.
We might do mugs. I love mugs. I don't know why. I got 2 mugs at IKEA.
IKEA mugs?
Yes.
We're
They
not
stack
advertising.
very easily.
He just.
We don't sponsor.
That's just where he bought the mugs.
Yes.
Anyway.
Cameron is looking very confused in the back.
What?
What's Sherlock on? I don't know why I just said I'm never saying that again.
Okay.
Ever. I think it's the British that's getting to me. Speaking of which, we should get started with this thing.
We should.
My accent is terrible. Alright, so...
So, as it's being based in Victorian England, I personally don't think that they will continue off with the Jim Moriarty, something.
Well,
I don't think they're going to bring him back for this episode.
for this episode, no, because it's... Well, they might, because Moriarty has been a character since
They might, the books. I've
Sir
read the
Arthur
books.
Conan Doyle wrote
Conan
them.
Doyle.
I've always heard it Conan.
Conan.
Alright, then. So,
I love those books, guys. Go read them.
oh, I have something like that. It's not written by him, but...
This is one of our displays. We didn't plan this for our episode.
Plan what? I'm just looking through my book.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna learn how to decode ciphers later. Alright. Back to that show. Back
So-
to the show.
Moving on from the Christmas special, what do you think is going to happen next?
I was about to ask you the same thing. Jim Moriarty is gonna come back.
Obviously.
I think he, obviously he faked his death somehow. I mean, it's kind of hard, if you saw the Reichenbach Fall episode, it's kind of hard to, it looked pretty real, you know? So,
Okay, I saw this theory on the internet of they showed pictures of Jim Moriarty's back, like throughout the whole scene, and on the back of him here, it seemed like there's a pouch popping out like that. So the idea was that
it's
he
like a
had
little explosive or something, maybe?
so the idea was that he had a blank shot, boom,
That would still hurt, I think.
to blank.
Yeah, but a blank would still hurt.
Anyway, well, it doesn't matter if it hurts. He's not going to die.
Right.
So he shoots the blank, and when he falls down, it's a packet of fake blood. So when it lands, it pops, and it starts spreading.
That's
Which is a very good theory, but I'm not sure if it's quite that easy.
I mean,
Moffat, he said...
it seems a little too...
Well, Moffat said in that scene, they have a hint for Sherlock, of how Sherlock survived. And he said nobody has found out that hint yet. So I think it might have been a little more complicated than just that.
That was a hint. I have to rewatch this again. That
I've rewatched it like a million times and I can't find it.
I'm trying to find it right now.
Are you watching the Reichenbach Fall?
Yes, I
Have
have.
you seen it before?
This is my second time.
Don't cry, Cameron.
I won't.
Alright,
I know what happens.
that was sad. See, the part that got me, I was like, Sherlock, no, don't jump, Sherlock. But then I started crying when John's at the grave and he's like, just do me a favor, Sherlock. Just don't be dead. And I was like, no! And then it's like, then Sherlock appears with the little and I'm like, really? Really?
But it's okay.
That's fine.
He's back. So
He's
is Moriarty.
back.
Okay, honestly, I love Moriarty. He's just great.
Moriarty's just a character.
He's a good competitor though
Yeah.
for Sherlock.
Guys,
He makes the show the show.
guys,
Right. Yes.
It's buffering.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Oh, it is? Oh, I'm sorry.
I hate it.
Alright, so anyway,
Yes, we're
It's like- what's his face? Moriarty, he's just so,
Credits for doing this.
he's into his character, you know? It's like, That my favorite part with Moriarty was when he was on the roof and he was playing the song, whatever it's called, like "Staying Alive," and it's like, "Staying alive, it's so boring." Not ordinary people adorable.
But we're not ordinary.
We're not ordinary. We're the Fandomedians.
Boom.
Boom.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. All right.
Click the
So, hey, that's like copyright, isn't it?
Click the Bandit 494.
What?
It's an airplane.
No, it's not.
It is a name of an airplane.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
So, also something that we need you guys to leave in the comments is how long you want our videos to be, because we seem to go off track and we go on for ages and
Yeah,
ages.
but some
and
people like that and it's fun. I have fun doing it.
I have fun doing it, but their attention span sometimes is not as good.
Yeah, but if
As
we're
ours.
amusing, they might be like, "Oh, I never want this to end," because we're,
Are we amusing, guys?
are we? That's what we want to know. Leave it in the comments. I mean, he wants 10-minute videos, 10, 15. I'm thinking
Probably
15,
more around
20.
15.
I'm thinking 15, 20. It's not that big of a difference, but
It still matters because we care about you guys and we're going to do what the majority of you guys want.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with it too.
Okay. Oh, and
Don't forget to leave it in the comments.
alright, so speaking of sidetracks, we should actually get off this one and start talking about season 4, like we've been promising.
We have been a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Alright, but again, where I left off, he obviously kind of faked his death, alright?
Yes.
But what if Moriarty, that Moriarty was just kind of a face, you know what I mean? Kind of like how the Mandarin in Iron Man, that guy, he was like the face of the real Mandarin, and then he kind of the face of Moriarty kind of pre-recorded that "Did you miss me" thing because he knew about the plan,
He very well could have done that.
and then the real Moriarty's going to come out in the next season.
He also could have done a whole JFK thing where JFK, he's not dead, guys. That was a fake. They had 2 caskets.
Did they?
Probably not.
What?
I believe there were 2 caskets, and he faked his death. And they put him in one, and they discreetly put a fake one in the other. They ran it through the autopsy, and he's not dead. I think he's still living somewhere.
He could have
today.
died since.
He's
so.
probably in, like, Jamaica.
What he's saying is that he didn't die during the shooting.
Yes. Well, no, but that too. He didn't die during the shooting. He didn't die at all. He was not assassinated, guys.
What if he did die?
He
later?
is out there. JFK, if you're watching,
But
subscribe.
You saw his head blow off.
It was a fake. Maybe it was someone else.
It was a fake.
It was a fake head.
It was a fake
It
forehead.
was a fake head. Maybe it was someone completely different, and he just
I
he
think
got
our
them
country
on.
knew what JFK looked like.
He's not.
It was like Hitler. He had a lot of doubles.
He's not dead, guys.
Except
So
Hitler
season
is dead.
4. What
I'll
are
be
we?
right back.
I am confusing.
Cameron's leaving us for momentarily.
So
Season 4. What do you?
I,
As far as Moriarty goes,
besides Moriarty, I honestly
excited.
don't know because, like we talked about in the last episode with Doctor Who season 9, go watch that. We said that Stephen Moffat has a plan going on in the background at all times.
well,
And
with Sherlock, he only has 3 episodes a season, so he doesn't have much wiggle room for an underlying story.
exactly. So I
Because
was
I don't think
thinking,
he's done that in Sherlock yet,
Right.
has he?
what?
An underlying story.
Kind of. Like a seasonal thing.
Yeah, but it's not underlying. That's the story of the season.
Like the season 3 was that really intelligent guy who had his own mind palace.
Right.
He ended up shooting him in the head.
I want a mind palace. I'd be just like mind palace mode and be like, yeah, that'd be cool.
But
What was
honestly,
your mind palace
Well,
be
I was thinking, what if
I want to know.
we're
Tell us
getting
in the
off track?
comments.
Oh, you're asking that.
Yeah, I'm asking them.
What would your mind palace be like? What would you see? What would you hear?
Would you
What would
have
you
like an
eat?
old pet dog or a goldfish that talked to you? That'd be cool. Talking
Okay.
goldfish.
So, I think a good idea for Moffat to do is making, over the next 2 or 3 seasons, an underlying story. Like, what if there's a giant thing at play?
Right, yes.
Bigger than Moriarty.
But it subtly grows. Like, you can't really see it in the first episode.
Exactly.
But you can tell something's off, you know?
If it was a 3-seasonal thing, you only start really actually noticing it in, the second episode of Season 3. Or Season 6, I guess.
Well, I'd say Season 5 would be a better place to notice it, you know? Because that way he has more time to actually unearth it and,
sure,
you know, make us cry again.
But
no offense, I love you, Stephen
Moffat. If Moffat did that, I think it would have to be something from the original books. Because if Moffat does anything, he sticks to the books. He doesn't go off track. He does. Every single episode that he's made for Sherlock are based on original stories from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Are they really?
Yes, the Rackenback Falls. The original book name was the Rackenback Fall.
So Sherlock actually faked his death?
The Rackenback Falls. Well, originally, okay, this is an interesting fact, a little off track. In the original series of the books, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle actually killed Sherlock on purpose.
He did what?
In the Rackenback Falls, because he fought Moriarty on the brink of a waterfall called the Rackenback Falls. And he decided to grab him and topple over, just like the movie, actually, except it was on a cliff.
Yeah, but he didn't grab him.
Well, sort of, but he still threw
He
them.
shot himself.
No.
Oh, you're talking about the movie.
The movie, I said the movie.
Okay.
He threw himself off. Spoilers. And,
wow.
So
that's a little late.
I know. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle actually was supposed to kill Sherlock because he wanted the viewer or the readers to actually read more about other series that he was writing.
I heard about that.
Yeah. So
but Sherlock was just so popular.
Sherlock was so popular, he was like, no, I don't want everyone to be focusing on Sherlock Holmes.
I have other works
I want
too.
you guys to read my other stuff. But the readers actually got so angry
That
at him
like, no.
for killing him that he decided to find a way to actually make him fake his death, and thus now we have faking death of Sherlock Holmes, and he is back.
That's so cool. I didn't know that. I heard that he wanted other people to read his book, so he did something, and I just didn't know he.
It's actually a pretty interesting fact. I didn't know that until about 2 years ago.
Yeah. So let's see. What else do you think is going to happen? Season 4 coming up. That could mean a lot of things, to be honest. You know.
I think another thing that we have to look at is.
I want to turn.
I'm sorry, Watson and Mary.
Didn't they break it off?
No.
Didn't she go to jail or something? She should go to jail.
No,
I never liked her.
No,
Why
because
should she go to jail?
they love each other.
Yeah, but she's
She should not go to jail.
She shot Sherlock.
That's true.
She should go to jail. They should make it work like Lassiter and his
But
girlfriend
didn't you
were
watch it?
I did watch it.
Which one of Lassiter's
She shot Sherlock to
The one that
save
was in
him.
jail. Did she?
He was gonna die otherwise if she didn't. So, and she also shot when she shot him. He was explaining that she knew exactly where she was shooting, so it wouldn't kill him.
Right. Yeah, I remember now. But Sherlock had to be quick on his feet and be like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, but Sherlock is Sherlock.
fall
Okay,
backwards.
no matter what, he's gonna
That
survive.
was a big
He
assumption.
jumped off a freaking building. He's gonna survive.
Language. Seriously, man.
They jumped off a building.
Yeah.
Well, we think. I still don't know how he survived.
He jumped, definitely. I think that was the real explanation, don't you think?
Maybe he did jump.
I think that I don't care what Stephen Moffat says. I think that was when he was explaining to that guy. What's his name? That guy
Anderson.
When he was explaining that to Anderson, I think that's what actually happened. They had like a whole team, and the hypnotist that was like, or whatever, and whispered it in his ear and snapped. He didn't do that. No. I think that's actually what happened. I think he was telling the truth. Just to get him off his back.
It's a possibility.
Just to get him off his
I
back.
think it's a possibility.
Yeah. But I don't think he had a bungee cord, jumped on his back, and he kissed that girl.
As
That
far
makes no sense at all.
as
This
far
is Sherlock,
as
not
Watson
Victorian.
and Mary go, I think their relationship is half in peril. Because if you remember, Watson said himself that he wants to retry, and I think they were genuine. But I think there's also something a little more to Mary, and I also think they're gonna have a baby.
A baby.
Didn't they mention that?
Did they?
Yes, they did.
They did mention.
I think that would make things a little hard with Sherlock and John because then, John Watson would have to be at home sometimes taking care of the baby, or
Well, that's what makes it
stuff
so
like that.
interesting.
So
Because
when
then Mary will
when Sherlock needs John, he might not always be around.
Right.
So yeah, that would make it
it's a plot twist.
It's one of those things that just makes you angry. It's like, oh, you should be with Sherlock.
Except Moffat does that all the time, so we kind of get used
Or
to it.
it's like when someone gets framed in a TV show. It's like,
I
oh,
honestly
it's
hate
him.
that. Peter
It's
Berg,
him.
White Collar.
Wait, he
What?
was framed.
Do you watch that?
Some of it, yeah.
Spoilers. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you.
Don't tell me later. I'm gonna watch it.
I'll tell you.
You're supposed to say spoilers before you
I'll
say
explain
any other
later.
TV show.
I know, right?
So
If you're a normal person.
I think
Kyle, you want
those.
us to do that.
I think those are our views
Cool.
on Sherlock.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
That is.
All right.
So leave in the thank you guys for liking and subscribing and putting a comment.
Yeah, commentating.
Commentating.
Commentate.
You should comment on this video. Suggest it to your friends. We would like
They need
viewers.
subscribers.
See, our goal is to go to Comic-Con twice. Once because we want to. Well, we want to both. And the second time because we're invited.
But that'll probably be a while from now.
Unless
But
it's
help
not.
us reach there.
Help us
Unless
reach
it
out.
Help us get there as quick as we can. Help
Share-
us see you. We want to find you guys,
Click-
and we want to meet you.
Click that button on your share list that says send to all contacts.
Yes.
Also, there's a bug that does that?
Also, hit the little
There's a
red,
button, yeah.
hit the
I need
little
to find
red
it.
button that says subscribe.
That little red button. It only takes a few seconds.
It's support morally. Supporting us
support.
morally and physically.
It makes us happy when we see another subscriber. It's like, what? We have eight
We have
subscribers. I can't remember how much we have.
We know we sound sad, but hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for liking and commenting on this video, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, and a special thanks to Cameron for just standing there.
Yes.
I am
All right.
not standing. I am sitting.
He's sitting
Wow.
watching the rack and back fall.
Right, came back. Oh, that was
Yes.
sad. All right. Well, see you next time. Because I'm John,
And I'm Kyle.
and we are the
Fandomedians.
Fandomedians.